So one of the things that's important to us with the kids, especially the kids, is the platform. Making sure that they're not running around, that they're not stepping off of the edge. Just last year we had these yellow lines, you'll see them here at the edge, painted on either side of that dark colored brick. The brick, we may not have an opportunity to see it right now, but the front bumper and the top mirror of the bus comes over that line when the bus is pulling in to drop off. This is that drop off area. Also, if they're coming in and around to follow up to the stop there at the 19, or even on any side, they'll get that mirror over this line, and if they're walking there, standing there, they'll probably get clipped. So we've got these yellow lines now. We're just letting them know that they need to stay clear of them. We don't want them in between them. We don't want them especially crossing them and then crossing into the road. We get a lot of traffic through here, always buses, but we're getting sometimes members of the public who are lost from square one, and they're coming through. They're not even paying attention to the fact that it's only 10 kilometers an hour. So we want to make sure that the kids are on the platform. We want to make sure that they're adhering to all the things that they've learned about strangers and things like that, not going with strange people, not being kind of swallowed up by a group and going with them. So from here, we generally take them inside. We've got the emergency stations in there that we show them, lost and found information, basically showing them that even if they can't find somebody in uniform here, there's always customer service staff or route supervisors who are there to help them. So information on lost and found has been extremely helpful in the past. They continue to be. We have people who get separated from the parents, parents who get separated from their kids, parents who get separated from their parents. And we're able to call us. We're able to then call transit control and sort it out that way. We've had people who just show up and we don't even really know that they're lost yet, and then we just kind of determine through talking to them that they're not really sure where they're going or anything like that. Especially with we're getting seniors. We're getting into that season where seniors are out more now. They're just kind of jumping on a bus and going to the mall, and then they're not really sure how they need to get back home. A lot of tourists, same thing. They take a bus from the hotel, and they think that maybe there's a different bus they need to get back on to go back to that hotel. So we walk them in here. We make sure that they're always back. Always, making sure they're looking around and seeing that the volume of people here is changing all the time. Right now it's kind of dead, but you come here on an afternoon, I'm sure you've been here on an afternoon, there's got to be at least 300 or 400 people out here just running all over the place in 80 different directions. It's crazy. So we take them inside. Again, information lost and found, show them the tickets and passes thing. They're not really going to be in a position at their age where they're buying tickets or passes, but at least it's helpful to show them that they're able to buy things, snacks and things like that. One of the things that they always bring up with lost and found is their electronics and the fact that they're always losing them. And we always try to tell them that you probably shouldn't bring things like that if you're going to school, if you're going to work. It's nice to have on the bus, but it's also not very nice to lose it or to have it stolen or anything like that. The chances are if you've lost it on the bus or on the platform, the chances are far greater that you'll never see it again than they are that it will actually turn up at lost and found, because people just pick that stuff up, put it in their pocket, and away they go. Because for them, that's just saved them $150 to $200. So we take them from the upper interior down to the lower interior. We take them into the office and processing room. They get to take a look around. We have a computer down there basically that we do reports at when we're here. Same deal with the car that we show them afterwards. I try and let them know that it's more of a timeout space than it is anything else, because really you're not down there for very long, and we hardly ever have people down there anymore anyway. So it's just kind of, you're there long enough for the parent or your mom or your dad or even Peel Regional Police to come pick you up. And really that wait time depends on Peel or the parent, how long the parent's going to take to get here, and how long Peel's going to take to get here. And we understand that Peel's busy too, and we've...
By Peel you mean Peel Regional Police?
That's right, Peel Regional Police, that's right. And we've developed this, I think it's probably just an understanding that Peel has. If we have them and they've been arrested and they're in this timeout space, that they're well taken care of. There's nothing, they don't need to rush because, the person's off in their own little area. They're monitored by video, and we just kind of developed this professional relationship. So it's never like, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes it's half an hour. But again, a lot of it depends on how busy they are. So we'll take you and we'll show you that space. It's a very open area. I would say probably once a month, maybe there's a guest in that timeout space, and that would be an extreme case. We'd like to do everything on an escalating basis, so we'd probably start off with asking the person to leave, just just go, catch your bus out on Rathburn, or just get on your bus and go, or something like that. Maybe after that, saying then maybe this isn't the place. Maybe you just need to be catching your bus out there for the rest of the week or something. But generally, those are people who present extreme cases. They're in here, they're a danger to themselves more than they are anybody else. And then once it starts becoming a danger for everybody else, that's when we need to start escalating the procedure. So then they would say maybe get a written ban for maybe 30 days. And the scale, littering and things like that, and spitting and skateboarding and all that stuff, it's never going to get you a ban. That's just like, listen, you should know by now that you can't skateboard here. Just don't do it. Pick it up, carry it to the bus. Don't skateboard on the bus, and try not to skateboard really anywhere here because there's too many people running around. There's buses and stuff. I've seen a young guy try and do this. I don't know the skateboarding lingo, but he tried to do this little kick flip, as my son would call it, and he lost the board, and the board went out underneath the bus and snapped in half. The problem with that is that if the bus driver had seen it in time, he would have slammed on the brakes. Now everybody on that bus is lurched forward into the seat in front of them. Not very safe. Not only that, if he had lost control of the board completely, staying on the board, that would have been him on the board out in the roadway. So we like to avoid that. I'll let you go first.
How's this going to work? All right, turn your camera off.
Okay. All right, we let the students know that there's 4 or 5 of these at the terminal here that they can use. If they don't see somebody in uniform, or they can't go to lost and found information because it's too far, and where they are just seems to be the safest place for them in an emergency, they can press that button. I tell them that the light up top flashes to attract attention, and really that's the purpose of it. Not only does it attract our attention if they haven't had a chance to call us yet because we're that quick, but it also lets other people around them know that this person at the box is in trouble. So that person can call 911. That person can, maybe if they're a first aider, they can start CPR and all that kind of stuff. We let them know that that light's going to flash for the whole time that they're talking. So this box rings through to corporate security. Corporate security then responds to that box by kind of rings through a phone line.
Okay.
Rings through on a phone line. If we push it, it rings through on the phone. Okay. They pick it up, and it's a dedicated line, so you're never gonna get a busy signal. What happens is they answer the phone. Now by the time they've answered the phone, somebody else in the control room is already sending either the platform people that are here or the cars out on the road to come to this alarm. So even if it's determined through talking to the person at the box that it was a false alarm, we still show up because we want people to see that the flashing blue light means that enforcement is coming. Even if we know it's a false alarm, we still show up because we want people to know that it can happen. There's a response. So, because that person who was observing the whole thing may not know that it was a false alarm, right? So we want them to know that flashing blue light at the emergency box generally means that enforcement's going to show up. That's difficult with places like Westwood Mall because of the distance and sometimes the time. Generally, it's busy there, and the traffic is murderous getting up there. The Code Blues stop there. It's called the Code Blue station. Sorry, the Code Blues when they were first put in at the platform in Westwood, daily occurrence. It was new. There's lots of kids pushing the button all the time, and there was a response every single time. And that's kind of just dropped off. People haven't bothered. I think maybe the novelty's worn off. They put these covers in so that it wasn't happening accidentally. Somebody would lean, especially on the one upstairs, they would lean on the box like this, hit the button, and now you've got people running to this station to respond to something that wasn't really an emergency at all. So it's clearly marked that it's monitored through corporate security 24 hours a day, et cetera, et cetera. There's one here. There's one up in the upper interior by the there's a defibrillator underneath, and 3 upstairs outside. From here, we
Just to interrupt, when someone pushes that button, who actually shows up?
it'll be transit enforcement.
Okay, that's all. That's what's important.
You've got transit enforcement at the terminal, and you've got transit enforcement out on the road. So
Okay.
if it's a time of day and there isn't anybody here, then it's one of the mobile units that's responding. So now they're prioritized. So if we found out that this was a false alarm, yet there was, say, an assault or a theft on a bus, we'd go to that first, but we'd still make sure that we responded to this station, even if it was, 15 or 20 minutes from the time of the activation. So if there's somebody here, and it's a legitimate problem, then it's obviously a priority, and that's where we go first. So from here, my partner and I take them into the office in the timeout space that we call it.
Okay.
A lot of them are wise beyond their years. We try and, make it less scary by calling it a timeout space, and a lot of them are actually kind of scared, even by the timeout. So I'm not sure what kind of timeouts they're getting, but for us, I thought timeout was probably better than calling it a jail, because it's not a jail.
Yeah,
It's really
turning
just
it down to preserve privacy of people.
It's really just a space where we can remove them from the situation and keep them in a secure spot. It's safe for us, it's safe for them, and it's safe for everybody else upstairs.
Yeah.
So this is, pardon my coffee that just arrived.
That's okay. Great.
So this, now everything in here is monitored on video.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
very aware of
there's a sign on the
I've
door.
got more freedom of information on the video system than.
Okay, so this
probably know
video
more
isn't
than you
stored
do.
on site. It's stored. I
Yeah.
think it's stored. Is it?
It's over at City Hall.
At City
It's
Hall,
connected
yeah.
along with that one.
Yeah. So this
baby.
this monitors everything in this part of the room, and generally that's basically our entrance with any of our guests. Any interactions that might take place out here. A lot of times, what happens if it was a fight, and we've taken control of both persons, one person will be in there, and then the other person will be out here with us. And generally, anybody needing medical attention. Which
I noticed
wouldn't,
that you've got the medical supply thing.
Yeah, we keep lots of
So that's
first aid stuff on
reassuring.
site. There's a defibrillator upstairs.
Yeah, I was
as
going to ask that
mentioned
next.
earlier.
Yeah. No surprise. Good.
Yeah. I don't think we've had any defibrillator
No
situations, but at least it's there.
Yeah.
Every day a staff has, once they start the shift, they have to go open the box, make sure it activates the alarm and everything.
Great.
Make sure it's at power level, it's acceptable.
Yeah. So this is where we would do reports. Now, generally, what happens if there's a guest? There's an intercom that passes back and forth, so we don't have to keep opening and closing the door. It creates an unsafe situation for us. Especially
absolutely,
if they're,
and you can see them through there, right?
That's right. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
see everything from the threshold, right? Basically, so you can see that.
Oh yeah. Actually,
You can stand there and take a picture of yourself. On the.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Come
Cool.
back this way. Come back this way.
No, I think what you can
See?
do is to let me just see. Normally, this is where a tripod comes in handy. But I
Okay.
can do
I told it for you.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. See, so everything that occurs in here is on video. Now, the only this is the intercom. So it's not a constant feed. You have to turn the box on the desk. There's no point in wasting electricity if you're not using it, right? And it's push button activation. So they don't have to push the button. They can just talk, and that'll just broadcast the voice over the desk.
Thank you. I'm just gonna go
then
here.
again,
Thank you.
the camera
We're
system
just gonna, there's
monitors.
a camera system up here. All right, there's the camera. Yeah. This is I went to Peel Police. They had a demonstration of their division, and I got to see the inside of the holding cells too. So this is a good chance to.
They're probably obviously a lot better equipped than we are. This is like a temporary.
Actually, this is a lot bigger.
Oh, is it?
Oh
Wow.
yeah. Oh yeah.
This, I think at one point this used to be just part of the office. They had a contract security company that was here.
Primary response, I believe.
Yeah, primary response. That's
Yeah.
right. And this was just kind of part of their office. And so when we came in, and that first 6 or 7 months was really, really busy. This was one of the spaces that got used a lot. Not so much anymore. The same people aren't coming back. This place is cleaned up incredibly well. And as I said before, you're probably at most once a month there's a guest in here. It's a completely different place. So yeah, the video.